I watched a movie called Osiris. This was one of those films that just appears on the streaming service. It was on Amazon Prime, sort of rammed down your throat on the front page. Watch this film, Osiris. This is what we're pushing this week. And I thought, normally it's some shit, to be honest. But I thought I'll give it a go. And I was pleasantly surprised by it. It's a kind of B movie, and it is a straight B movie, don't get me wrong. So that's how you've got to view it. That I didn't think they really made anymore. What I mean by that is it's got good quality of actors in it. It's got good set design. It's got a budget, but it's not got a micro budget, and everything feels good. It's got monsters in it that look like good monsters. It's got practical effects that look good. It's got CGI effects that look perfectly fine and passable. It has got a bare bones but straight to the point script, and it has got a level of enthusiasm, I suppose, from the production team that are making it. That includes the director, everyone that's doing it. It essentially follows a group of soldiers who are, we see from the very off, it starts with a really good sort of Call of Duty action sequence where they're in some sort of Middle Eastern, I suppose, country, fighting people in turbans, headwear, doesn't matter, nondescript, other country. And it's a really good starting action sequence. And they're just getting overwhelmed by the end of it. And there's more goons being thrown at them, all this kind of stuff. And then all of a sudden, the sky opens up, they get teleported up to a spaceship. You see them getting sort of a probing sequence and being experimented on in flashbacks. And then they wake up in some goo tanks, and they've each got sort of a special ability. Some can understand, one can understand languages, one knows about the aliens' weapons, and so on and so forth. It's then just basically a sequence of them going through the tunnels on this alien spaceship, trying to find out what the hell's going on, can they escape, fighting these aliens. The aliens look like a cross between the aliens of Galaxy Quest, and they've got faces that are kind of like lickers from the Resident Evil movies and the games. But they look great. They're practical with obviously CGI enhancements, and they've got lots of bits of goo on them just because the goo just sells it. The goo is what sells these kind of creature effects. They're not permanently in the light there, but you see them. They've got just enough shadow to again sell it, and they look great. They've got nice chunky guns they fire, plasma rifles. They've got their own rifles that they use. Why they don't pick up more of these plasma rifles, I don't know, because whatever. They make a point of saying that they've got full clips for some reason, that someone refilled their clips when they went up onto the spaceship. So you try not to question the fact that they are just firing, never seeming to run out of bullets until it's necessary for the plot for them to run out of bullets. But yeah, just great, set piece action, shooting, fighting, running. They find prisoners. They find a load of French prisoners for some reason in there that you will find out at the very end of the film. Linda Hamilton is your third act star that you pay to turn up for doing 2 or 3 days work. They provide a chunk of exposition at the end of the second act, beginning of the third act. As is the way with these films, you have a star that you pay to turn up for a day or two, and she does that role admirably. I think poor old Linda Hamilton, whilst Terminator 2 made her, or Terminator 1 and 2 made her famous, Terminator 2 is the one that made her into the action star, and you just feel like she would have rather been doing goofy movies and things like that where she's like got comedy roles, because she's really enjoying herself in this role. She doesn't phone it in at all. She's a long-term survivor on this spaceship, and so she's hardened, and that's why she's got all the exposition. But she adds a sort of wacky element to it that doesn't get to Nick Cage levels, but you can tell she's gone, fuck it, I'm gonna have fun with this. And she's got a sense of humour about her, which comes through, and it's a good job they hired her for as well. But the main guy is Max Martini, who you'll recognise from Pacific Rim in particular. I know he's done lots of other stuff, but I know him from Pacific Rim, and he's great. Perfectly good team of commandos, army people. They're believable. They've got the chatter. They've got all the sort of the banter as they go along. There's people who have to get killed, obviously, along the way, but not the ones I thought were going to get killed. And it's just a fun, straightforward, brain in neutral B movie. If you like aliens, if you like monsters, if you like people shooting aliens and monsters, watch it. You won't be disappointed. Just know you're going to watch a B movie. That's all I'll say about that. Spoilers for the very end. At one point, they find a prison cell full of French people. Nothing really is said about it, other than you go, that's weird, there's fucking French people here. And then they get to the very end of the battle. They defeated the aliens, and then one of their people is looking out of a window, and you assume they're looking at a planet, and you're gonna cut away to them being like on some weird planet somewhere. But it's not. It's an Army of Darkness ending, where they crawl out of the ship and you find the ship never actually took off. It crash landed on Earth and it hasn't left Earth. And they're actually in a apocalyptic vision of France. You see the world is destroyed. You see the Eiffel Tower and you just see Max Martinez's character go. Because he knows that like there's no resources, no nothing. It's just a wasteland of destruction. And it was good. It took me by surprise. I thought it was going to be the alien world and there's going to be hundreds of aliens, that kind of ending, but it wasn't. They went the other way, and it works in where it didn't work in Army of Darkness. It works in this film, and I was quite happy with the twist. But like I say, a fun B movie, a energetic B movie, and one the people who made it clearly had a good time doing, and they had enthusiasm for. And you should watch this, because if you like that kind of movie, you need to let people know by voting with your views, I suppose, and voting with your feet, because otherwise they won't commission that kind of film and they won't make it anymore. So anyway, there we are. Osiris. Go watch it.